Political science majors. What's something about government we should know but don't actually get? All right. Here's my take on something everyone should understand, but often doesn't. The separation between federal and state government powers. It sounds basic, right? But a surprising number of people don't realize what the federal government is actually supposed to do versus what falls under state control. So, here's the breakdown. The federal government's powers are designed to be limited. They're primarily supposed to handle national security, protect our sovereignty, maintain some sense of order, and collect taxes. Beyond that, they're meant to leave a lot up to the states. State governments are more focused on things like education, local business regulation, and issues that directly impact local communities. What's interesting is how much this balance has shifted over time. Originally, our founding fathers intended for federal and state powers to stay pretty distinct, with minimal overlap. Sure, the federal government would provide funding to states, but it largely allowed them discretion over how to use that money. But here's where it got interesting, and this is a bit of history that many might not connect. A lot of this shift began during the Reagan era, and a prime example is tied to something seemingly unrelated: the drinking age. Nancy Reagan was heavily involved in the campaign against underage drinking. Now, the federal government didn't have the constitutional authority to mandate a drinking age of 21 across every state. So they got creative. They leveraged the highway fund. The federal government threatened to withhold federal highway funds from any state that didn't set its drinking age at 21. It was a way to encourage states to comply without directly infringing on state powers. And it worked. Over time, this tactic, using federal funds as leverage, became a common method for the federal government to influence state policies indirectly. This blending of powers isn't something the Founding Fathers had envisioned, but it's become a defining feature of modern federalism in the U.S.